Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Here's Eddie Frederick.
So glad you can join us. Jamaica's opposition on the warpath regarding banking fees saga. This story takes the lead in today's edition of Caribbean Perspective for Monday, 31st January 2022. Details when we return.
Conveniently located in the Grand Ann Shopping Centre, for over 40 years, Food Fair has provided quality service at affordable prices. Now, grocery shopping is made easier and more convenient from the Food Fair web store.
Hey, babe. Listen, I need you to go down to Food Fair to get some groceries.
All right, no problem. Right away.
Thanks, babe. What are you doing? You're supposed to be going Food Fair to get a grocery, man.
I am, but didn't you know you can order your groceries online from the Food Fair web store?
Are you serious?
Of course. All you have to do is just to log on to www.foodfair.gd with credit card in hand, and with an order of $100 or more, Food Fair Grand Anse will deliver up to 3 miles away. And you don't even have to worry about your information, you know. Their safety measures are excellent.
So hold on. You just order online and Food Fair will deliver to you?
Yep.
Oh, baby, better hurry up and order, man.
I already did. They should be here any minute now.
Enjoy easy online shopping anytime from your home or office from the Food Fair web store. Food Fair, where you can fill your baskets without emptying your pockets.
Welcome back. Jamaica's official opposition is describing as a weird twist of events regarding the calls by the Jamaica Labour Party for government intervention in the banking fees saga. This particularly given that opposition MPs voted against the bill to amend the Banking Services Act recently. TVJ's Jamila Maitland reports.
There's been widespread outrage about the recent announcement of a fee hike by the National Commercial Bank and Scotiabank. But when the Jamaica Labour Party issued a release urging the government, which is led by the JLP leader Andrew Holness, to engage the bank about the fees, that ignited even more discussions on social media. People's National Party Member of Parliament for South St. Catherine, Fitz Jackson, who piloted a private member's motion for amendments to be made to the Banking Services Act to regulate increases, says he too was surprised by the release, given that the JLP MPs voted against the bill at the time.
All members of the government, including the Prime Minister, voted against it. All members of the then opposition voted for it. That's the reality. So I was a bit excited but confused when I read a release that the party of the government is calling on the government of the party to act. So, I don't claim to be the brightest person around. So if somebody can explain who's talking to who.
The National Commercial Bank says customers will now pay $30.95 to withdraw cash at their ATMs. Before, that fee was free. Withdrawals at Multilinks will now cost customers $60. Meanwhile, effective February 1, Scotiabank's customers will have to pay $25 to withdraw cash from its ATM and $60 at Multilinks. NCB is also charging $500 for international withdrawals using the NCB's Visa debit card. It will cost $312 for Scotia customers. Physical or electronic bank statements will now attract a $500 fee at NCB. Balance inquiries will also cost $296.14 per account. Mr. Jackson argues that the banks have been making billions from the public and proposed a minimum service package for customers. Of note, NCB is providing free balance inquiry for the first 4 times each month, after which it costs $25.
Since the banks get the benefit of the deposits in their accounts, they should allow a minimum amount of transactions per month, per year, without any fees. They must be able to make deposits into their accounts without any fees or penalties. They must be able to withdraw from their accounts at their convenience without being penalized by way of a fee. They must be able to make inquiries into their accounts without a fee.
But President of the Jamaica Bankers Association, Septimus Blake, recently told the Jamaica Gleaner that local banks have suffered greatly since the onset of the pandemic. In defending the fee hikes, he said banks have had to engage in costly operations to continue services. The amendment to the Banking Services Act was retabled in the Parliament last October. Jamila Maitland, TVJ News.
A Barbadian senior legal counsel speaks on Prime Minister Mia Mottley's public offer of 2 Senate seats for opposition Democratic Labour Party. Details in this Barbados Today news item.
An attorney at law is baffled as to what part of the Constitution government's legal advisers are using to guide the Prime Minister Mia Mottley in offering opposition parties 2 seats in the Senate. The Prime Minister on Wednesday said she had received a legal opinion that cleared the way for her to offer the seats in the upper house to the party receiving the second highest votes in the January 19th general election. But Queen's counsel Gaff Patterson, in an interview with Barbados Today, said the Prime Minister will have to point to the portion of the Constitution that gives her the authority to make such an offer.
She doesn't play a role in the appointment of the independent 7 that is exclusively within the purview of the President, or in the appointment of the opposition senators. She only has the ability to influence the appointment of the 12 persons the 12 senators who can only be appointed by the President acting on the recommendation of the Prime Minister. She doesn't have a broader discretion to weigh in on who the opposition senators should be.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick.
Barbados' Attorney General Dale Marshall warns the opposition not to allow any of the silliness of the recent campaign to deny them representation in the country's parliament.
Marshall said in an interview with Barbados Today that the newly elected government has no intention of selecting opposition senators. He said the administration was seeking to ensure beyond a shadow of a doubt that the 2 Senate seats are chosen by the DLP.
I'm amused really by the mountains of the interim president of the Democratic Labour Party, because in order for them to benefit from what the Prime Minister is proposing, they have to sit down and have a discussion with the government, because it would require an amendment to the Constitution. Simple as that. The Constitution to this extent does not tell the President how to appoint or what interests need to be appointed. So really it behooves the opposition to stand up a little bit and listen, because the Constitution will have to be amended so as to say that the 2 quote-unquote opposition senators must be drawn from the party which has the most votes after the government. And I think that to me, it's a really simple issue. So to say that the gift is not always the gift, we're not giving anything. We understand only too well that it is the appointment that is made by the President. We're not saying we will appoint anybody. That's a matter for the President. But what we're seeking to do is to establish certain parameters as to how she should exercise that discretion.
The Antigua and Barbuda government decide against scrapping a requirement for all arriving passengers to be fully vaccinated against COVID-19, at least for the time being. Agi Aparicio of ABS News reports.
The proposal to allow unvaccinated visitors to enter Antigua and Barbuda with the benefit of a rapid antigen or PCR test has been placed on hold. During the update provided during Thursday's post-cabinet media briefing, government says it needs to gather more data. Information Minister, the Honourable Melford Nicholas, says the government has not seen a fallout in the tourism sector from the original policy, meant to stymie the spread of COVID-19.
We have not yet seen any pronounced impact of the original policy of requiring people to be vaccinated. It has not really dampened the enthusiasm for persons who want to come here for a vacation.
Vaccines have been proven to help lower the risk of contracting and spreading COVID-19, as well as prevent severe infection. However, with tourism being the country's primary revenue generator, Cabinet, he says, is prepared to revisit this position.
What is now a competitive position in Antigua, if we maintain that position for much longer, could also turn out to be uncompetitive if the global community moves there. So this is not a fixed position for once and for all. We are looking at it from the standpoint of, at this particular point in time.
Still on Antigua, an opposition senator, Jonathan Joseph, has made a monumental slip-up at his United Progressive Party's campaign launch last Thursday. More in this ABS News item.
Senator Jonathan Joseph is getting significant attention, but not the kind he would have been hoping for. This is the moment he stunned the audience at the UPP's campaign launch as he seems to be delivering from a prepared script.
On election day, make the right choice. Choose the Antigua Labour Party. You did it before. You did it 8 years ago, and you can do it again.
Ahead of that statement, supporters had been honking their horns as he delivered political zingers. But in the seconds after he made the statement, horns fell silent as the supporters seemed to be stunned into bewilderment. Not only was there a blunder with the name of the party, but the timing was also off. 8 years ago was the time for the ascension of the ABLP to office. It was 18 years ago when the UPP was first elected to office in 2004. It didn't take long for the video to go viral and the memes to follow. A release has since been issued by the UPP with the heading, Senator Jonathan Joseph corrects misleading statements in campaign launch speech. He said it was human error. How much that error will feature in the politically febrile weeks ahead is left to be seen.
Over in Trinidad and Tobago, Opposition Member of Parliament Rodney Charles has warned that the Republic can see more than 600 murders in 2022 if there continues to be at least 2 to 3 daily. Tamika Rodney of HGP Nightly News reports.
In a statement issued on Friday morning, the Member of Parliament, who is the Shadow Minister of National Security on the opposition benches, challenged Minister of National Security Fitzgerald Hinds to do his utmost to ensure at least a 10% drop in murders this year. He noted that already the country has recorded 43 murders for January, almost twice the 24 murders last year. November last was the bloodiest November in the country's history. October last, under Hinds' watch, recorded the most murders ever for any October. Charles added that at close to 2 to 3 murders daily in the country, if the murder rate remains unchecked, the Twin Island Republic is on target to record over 600 murders for the year. The opposition MP's warnings come in the wake of the double murder in South Park Mall in San Fernando in broad daylight, which the police service says was a well-planned execution. On Wednesday this week, 3 additional murders were recorded, a security officer and 2 persons from East Port of Spain.
Conveniently located in the Grand Shopping Center, for over 40 years, Food Fair has provided quality service at affordable prices. Now, grocery shopping is made easier and more convenient from the Food Fair web store.
Hey, babe. Listen, I need you to go down to Food Fair to get some groceries.
All right, no problem. Right away.
Thanks, babe. What are you doing? You're supposed to be going Food Fair to get a grocery, man.
I am, but didn't you know you can order your groceries online from the Food Fair web store?
Are you serious?
Of course. All you have to do is just to log on to www.foodfair.gd with credit card in hand, and with an order of $100 or more, Food Fair grants will deliver up to 3 miles away. And you don't even have to worry about your information, you know. Their safety measures are excellent.
So hold on. You just order online and Food Fair will deliver to you?
Yep.
Oh, baby, better hurry up and order, man.
I already did. They should be here any minute now.
Enjoy easy online shopping anytime from your home or office from the Food Fair web store. Food Fair, where you can fill your baskets without emptying your pockets.
I am Eddie Frederick. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean. In the meantime, please continue to log on to CaribbeanPerspective.com for more daily news and more.